Linda, hello. Do you have a moment?
Sarah, hello. Of course, what's the matter?
Actually, I wanted to ask you something.
Is everything all right?
It's about Emma. Could you watch her today?
Today? That's a bit difficult. I have plans.
Is there really nothing you can move around?
It's quite short notice.
Please, isn't there any way? I got called into work suddenly. It's Saturday, so Emma's not in preschool, and I'm really stuck in a bind here.
Work? Sarah, when did you start working? Tom is still away on his long business trip, isn't he?
Oh, didn't I mention it before? A friend is opening a store and I'm helping out. It's more flexible than a regular job, but today there's something I absolutely need to handle in person.
When did this start?
Just recently. I thought it would be good to have something to do while Tom's away.
I see, but I'm sorry, dear. I'd love to watch Emma, but I have plans this afternoon.
What kind of plans?
I made arrangements weeks ago to meet with old friends for the first time in years.
What time in the afternoon?
Around 3 p.m.
That's fine then. I'll pick her up before that.
Are you sure? When will you be done with work?
I should be done by 1:30 or so.
But I need to leave 30 minutes earlier, so you'd need to come by 2 p.m.
It'll be fine, really. I'll pick her up by 2:30.
2:30 p.m.? Are you absolutely certain? I really can't be late today.
Of course. I understand you have plans. There's no problem.
Sarah, I hate to bring this up, but you've been late several times before when you've said that. Today I'm meeting old friends for the first time in ages. I've been really looking forward to this meeting for months, and I'm the one that's in charge of organizing it, so I really need to be there early.
Oh, that was different. I was just late because I got stuck in traffic or something. This time it's important, so I'll make sure to get there on time.
The last few times were also important, weren't they?
I'm telling you I'll pick her up on time. Can't you help? Otherwise, Emma will have to stay home alone.
You know I would never want that.
Exactly, so please.
Well, when you put it that way, couldn't you find an emergency babysitter?
At this short notice, on a Saturday?
There are services that specialize in last-minute care.
Sorry, but I don't have the time to find a babysitter. If you're worried, you can find a babysitter yourself.
Excuse me, me?
Well, yeah, I'm telling you I'll pick her up on time. Plus, this is a chance to spend time with your granddaughter. I'm going out of my way to create this opportunity for you to be with Emma. Don't you care about her?
That's not fair, Sarah. You know I love spending time with Emma.
Then what's the problem?
Of course I'd watch Emma if I could. I'm just saying it's difficult when it's so last minute.
But this is an emergency.
You keep saying that, but...
What choice do I have? I'm working and Tom's not here. Isn't family supposed to help out in times like this?
If you told me in advance, I could have arranged to watch her. You need to figure something out.
Please, Linda, I really need your help today.
I just don't want a repeat of last time.
I promise I'll pick her up on time. Please. You're the only person I can turn to. I don't have anyone else I can ask.
Oh dear, you'll definitely pick her up by 2:30, right?
Yes, absolutely. I won't be late, I promise.
No later than 2:30.
Not a minute later, I swear.
All right then, I'll watch Emma, but please stick to the time, okay?
Thank you so much. You're a lifesaver.
What time will you bring her over?
Got it. I'll bring Emma over in about 15 minutes. Thank you.
Mom, I heard you got angry at Sarah yesterday. She was really upset about it.
What? I didn't get angry. I just pointed out some concerns. I had plans, but she suddenly dropped Emma off and then showed up an hour late to pick her up when she promised she'd come to pick her up by 2:30.
She said you were pretty harsh with her.
I simply asked her to respect my time.
Well, it can't be helped if it's for work. We've got responsibilities we need to fulfill.
I didn't even know she was working.
She didn't tell you?
No, it was completely new to me.
All right, well, I'm sorry about that. I heard she was only working during Emma's preschool hours, so I thought it wouldn't cause any trouble for you. That's why I didn't bother mentioning it myself.
When did she start this job?
A few weeks ago, I think.
And it's at her friend's store.
Yeah, that's what she told me, but yesterday was apparently an emergency call-in. Could you cut her some slack?
Tom, you're away on your business trip, and of course I want to help support her, but I just wish she wouldn't suddenly dump Emma on me like that.
I know it's not ideal.
Maybe it couldn't be helped, but she didn't even let me know she'd be late. I was really in a tough spot. I had to tell my friends I couldn't make it to our meeting until later. They were all so disappointed.
You're right. Being late was Sarah's fault. I'm really sorry for the trouble, Mom.
Has she been managing okay while you're away?
She says everything's fine. My business trip ends in a month, so do you mind helping Sarah out a little more until then? Her parents live too far away to help.
I understand that, but please tell her to give me advance notice next time. I do love Emma and enjoy spending time with her. I just need a little warning.
I know you do, Mom.
I'm happy to help, really. I just need some consideration.
Got it. I'll tell Sarah to ask earlier when she needs childcare.
Please do. By the way, about Emma, she seemed a bit down. Did something happen?
Down? In what way?
She wasn't her usual self.
Maybe she's feeling lonely since Sarah started working?
Is that it? But Sarah only works during preschool hours, right?
That's what I understood.
Then why would that affect her?
Maybe, but you know how kids are sensitive to small changes.
True, but she seems anxious somehow. Something feels off.
What do you mean by anxious?
Just different from usual.
Maybe she was just startled by being suddenly left with you?
I don't think that's it. She stayed with me before without any notice, and she was delighted. She seemed more energetic the last time I watched her.
Oh, maybe she was intimidated because you were mad at Sarah?
That's rude. I would never act that way in front of my granddaughter. I made sure to talk to her mom when she was asleep.
I didn't mean it like that.
And Emma knows I love her.
Sorry. I'm gonna video chat with Emma today, so I'll ask if anything happened at preschool.
Has she mentioned anything to you?
No, nothing unusual.
Please pay close attention when you talk to her.
I will, Mom.
And take care of yourself over there. Don't forget you're on your own, so watch your health.
Linda, could you watch Emma all day tomorrow?
Tomorrow's fine. What time will you be bringing her?
Around 10 a.m. if that works. I'll probably pick her up sometime in the late afternoon.
Could you be more specific about pickup time?
Maybe 4 or 5.
That's fine, but please let me know the exact time later.
Sure, I'll text you when I know.
Oh, I was thinking the other day, I don't have many toys or things to keep Emma entertained here. Could you pack some things for her to play with?
Oh, don't worry about toys. She'll stay quiet if you just let her watch YouTube. There are plenty of kids' videos.
All day on YouTube?
She's used to it.
But won't you get bored watching videos all day?
No, kids these days love watching videos. There's tons of children's content.
I recently heard that too much screen time isn't good for children. It's definitely not good for her eyes either. Of course, it's helpful when you're doing housework, and I'm sure there's good content.
Not this again.
I'm just concerned.
Fine, I'll pack some dolls. But could you stop lecturing me about parenting? I'm doing my best.
I wasn't trying to lecture.
Every time I ask you to watch Emma, you have something to say about my parenting.
That's not true.
Your ideas are outdated, Linda. Every household nowadays keeps their kids quiet with videos.
I'm not saying videos are bad. I know they help parents. I just think it's good to set some time limits.
See, that's exactly what I mean about being old-fashioned. I don't want to be judged like this.
I'm sorry if I offended you.
You always do this.
Do what?
Act like you know better than me. Also, Emma gets a bit spoiled when she stays with you. She usually plays by herself, but after staying with you, she gets really clingy with me. Just when I thought she was getting good at playing on her own. I think you're coddling her too much. Just watch her and make sure she doesn't hurt herself. That's more than enough. You don't have to sit and play with her all day.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Yes, but...
I want Emma to become independent quickly, so please don't do unnecessary things. You're just going to confuse her.
I understand, but I don't think it's bad to play a lot more with children while they're young.
Listen, parenting is different now than when it was in your day. Don't get misled by outdated information. It would really help if you would update your knowledge about modern parenting. I'm trusting you with my precious daughter, after all.
I'm sorry. I'll learn more about current parenting methods.
Good, and one more thing.
Yes?
Please don't give her a bath even if it gets late. I'll do it at home. Emma has sensitive skin, so she needs a specific body wash and shampoo.
Alright, but since I'm watching her all day, could you pack a change of clothes? She might get dirty.
What do you mean get dirty?
Well, if I take her to the park, she might get some mud on her, or if she spills some food down her front.
Can't you just watch her so she doesn't get dirty? If you can't handle that much, you're not fit to be a grandmother. You raised a child before, so this should be easy, right?
I was just trying to be prepared.
Just keep her clean. It's not difficult.
Fine, I'll do exactly as you say.
Mom, Sarah told me what happened. What were you thinking?
I was actually about to call you. There's something we needed to discuss.
Discuss? Emma hasn't come home!
Tom, please listen carefully.
Mom, what's this about forcibly taking Emma away? She hasn't even come home yet!
It wasn't forcible.
What do you mean it wasn't forcible?
I took necessary action.
But you didn't get Sarah's permission, right? Mom, you can't just take your grandchild because you miss her. Sarah's talking about calling the police.
The police have already been called. We're at Child Protective Services right now.
What?
Please stay calm and listen to me.
Child Protective Services? What's going on?
Sarah has been hurting Emma quite frequently. Emma finally told me about it earlier.
What? Beating her? You mean like a little smack? Mom, you spanked me too when I lied, and that time when I pushed the kid next door. What were you thinking calling the police for something like that?
This isn't about discipline, Tom.
Then what is it about?
There might be times when parents discipline their children, but this isn't like that at all. What she did to Emma wasn't for Emma's sake.
What do you mean? Sarah would never do something like that!
I know this is hard to hear.
You must be misunderstanding something.
I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. Emma has bruises on her body. These aren't the kind that come from light discipline.
What? Are you serious?
Would I lie about something like this?
But how? When did you...
I would never joke about something as serious as abuse. Recently, when I was watching her, I noticed something strange. Emma would flinch in fear just when I moved my hand. At first, I didn't understand why, but then I had a suspicion and checked under her clothes.
No way! Sarah's been hitting Emma?
I wish it wasn't true.
But why wouldn't Emma tell me?
She had a hard time telling me, too. When I asked Emma about the bruises on her stomach, she said she fell down.
Couldn't it have been from falling?
That's what I thought at first, too, but Emma's behavior was odd. I couldn't just act without evidence, though, so I'm sorry, but I hired a private investigator to watch Sarah for the past few days.
You did what?
I had to be certain.
And?
It confirmed everything. In public, she'd only lightly hit her, but on one occasion, she was seen violently pinching Emma's stomach when no one was around. Of course, we don't know what was happening at home, but Emma's saying she's scared of mommy and doesn't want to go home.
This is awful! Is it because I've been away on this long business trip? Maybe Sarah was stressed from handling everything alone.
That's no excuse for what she did.
But if I had been there...
Even so, this isn't something you should ever do.
Yeah, you're right. I'm coming right away. Mom, thank you for noticing the changes in Emma.
Any grandmother would have done the same.
I should have noticed something was wrong.
You were away. You can't blame yourself. There's one more thing I need to tell you. Please stay calm when you hear this.
There's more?
Yes, it's not good news.
You're the worst, Linda. Are you seriously trying to make me out to be a criminal? I got calls from Child Services and Tom.
They're just doing their job.
Their job? You call them. This wouldn't be happening if you didn't stick your nose into our business.
What are you talking about? What you did can never be justified. This is happening because you are mistreating Emma.
You have no idea what it's like.
Explain it to me then.
I've been raising Emma all by myself while Tom's been away on his business trip. When you're doing everything alone, sometimes you lose your temper. Can't you understand how a mother feels having her child taken away?
Losing your temper doesn't justify abuse.
You're exaggerating everything.
I contacted the authorities because you crossed the line. I don't regret what I did.
You ruined everything.
You did that yourself.
Your parenting style is overprotective. You've just decided I'm being horrible to Emma. Do you know how long it's going to take me to get her back now?
Don't worry about that. Emma won't be returning to your care.
What?
You heard me.
You can't do that.
My son, Tom, is planning to divorce you.
What are you talking about?
You haven't heard yet? We also know about your affair.
That doesn't make any sense. I don't have time for affairs.
Really? Then who's the man you've been meeting?
What man? What are you talking about?
We know about the man you've been meeting during the day when you claimed to be working. We had you investigated.
You're despicable. You did that? I'll sue you for invasion of privacy. You had no right to have me followed. I can't believe this.
Go ahead and sue me. If it means keeping Emma safe from you, I don't care what happens to me. I was prepared for that when I had you investigated, but I didn't do anything illegal, so if anyone's going to be sued, it's probably going to be you.
Does Tom know?
About the affair? Yes.
Everything?
Yes, I told him. He's busy right now, taking action for Emma's sake.
You don't understand anything.
Then explain it to me.
Tell Tom right now that this is all a misunderstanding.
But it's not a misunderstanding, is it?
You don't understand. I was forced into a relationship with that man. I'm a victim too. I had no choice.
If that's true, you should have reported him yourself. Though from what we found out, it looked quite consensual. You seemed to be enjoying yourself when you were with him. It disgusted me. Just look at all those photos of you hanging on his arm when you're supposed to be married to my son.
You don't know anything.
Either way, your affair and how you treated Emma are separate issues. What matters is whether or not you hurt Emma.
Emma is still so young. Don't you think it's cruel for her to lose her mother? Don't you think she still needs me?
Do you really think a child needs a parent who hits them? Especially when it's for absolutely no reason at all. You only hit her to take your anger out on her. There's a limit to how much pain you should inflict when you want to teach a lesson, and you hit that limit much too soon. Even hitting a child for discipline isn't something anyone should be proud of.
I made some mistakes, but...
Emma flinches just from me moving my hand. That's because you've been hitting her regularly. I don't see how she can grow up healthy in that environment. You pinched her hard enough to leave bruises, hit her with such force. How could you do such things to your own child? I can't understand it.
It's because she wouldn't listen to me. She was being so stubborn. I was struggling too. You raised Tom, didn't you? You must understand how hard parenting can be.
I understand that parenting can be tough. I know there are times when you feel overwhelmed with anger, but there's a huge difference between feeling those emotions and actually hurting your child.
It's Tom's fault for going on this long business trip. He left me alone with all the child care.
Maybe that's true, but that's no excuse for hurting Emma. Besides, you could have asked me to watch her before things got to that point. You had no problem suddenly dropping her off whenever you wanted. So don't tell me you couldn't. You weren't alone. I was here.
You were judging me every chance you got, and I have my pride. I couldn't ask for help several times a week.
Right, because if you asked too often, Tom might have suspected your affair. You were worried I'd tell him, weren't you?
That's not true.
Then what is the truth?
You wouldn't understand.
Either way, what you did is unforgivable.
Are you really okay with this, Linda? You ruined Emma's life with all this drama. When Tom came back from his trip, we were going to buy a house and live happily as a family. Are you really okay with tearing this family apart?
You're the one who destroyed this family. You had an affair and abused your child. All I can do now is support Emma's future well-being. You should discuss everything else with my son.
Just talk to Tom for me, please.
That's not my place.
Wait, please. I was really at my limit, exhausted from parenting. That's why I ended up having an affair.
That's different from what you said earlier.
I'm trying to explain.
Whatever your reasons were, you did something unforgivable. How would you feel if you were in Emma's position? Would you really think it was okay?
She won't remember.
What did you say?
Well, but Emma's still young, so she probably won't remember the bad things I did to her.
You can't be serious. And you think that that makes everything okay? That you don't need to apologize?
Kids are resilient.
You've been selfish until the very end. I'm truly disgusted by what you just said. You lack the most important thing in parenting, love. When you said unfit mother, you were really describing yourself. Let me tell you one thing. Tom still remembers the times I hit him even today. Looking back, I regret spanking him, even if I did think that it was necessary for him to learn that he did something bad. It seems he's forgiven me because I apologized at the time, but I'll never forgive myself for leaving him with those memories of me. So that's why I can't help you. I won't.
That's not fair.
No, what's not fair is what you did to Emma.
I can change.
It's too late for that. If you can't even see what you did wrong, there's no hope for you.
Just give me one more chance.
That's not my decision to make. Talk to Tom and the authorities.
Linda, please.
This conversation is over. Afterwards, though it took some time, Tom finalized the divorce from Sarah and gained full custody of Emma. At first, Tom blamed himself for going on the business trip, but when we discovered that Sarah had initiated the affair and that had started even before Tom's business trip, he no longer had any regrets about the divorce. The investigation revealed more than we expected. The friend's store never existed. It was just a cover story for her meetings. Tom struggled at first, balancing his work with being a single father, but he's adjusted his schedule to be more present for Emma. His company had been understanding about the situation. Sarah lost everything. Her share of their assets went to paying damages. She couldn't get custody, and she ended up going back to her parents' house. But even her own parents couldn't forgive her for abusing Emma, and they kicked her out shortly after. We don't know where she is now, but it's a blessing that she hasn't tried to see us. The court proceedings were difficult, especially for Emma, but the evidence was overwhelming. The investigators had documented everything thoroughly. I never want to see my granddaughter or son hurt again. Since being separated from Sarah, Emma has slowly started to regain her cheerfulness. For a while, she was extremely clingy with Tom, her father, but recently she started playing with her preschool friends again. I think her emotional wounds are gradually healing. Emma's teachers have noticed the change too. They say she's more engaged in class now, more willing to participate in activities. She's starting to trust adults again. We enrolled Emma in counseling. The therapist says she's making good progress. She's learning that what happened wasn't her fault. However, what Sarah did to her might stay in her memories. All we can do is make sure that even if she remembers those painful times, she knows she's loved and happy now. We want our precious Emma to live a life where she feels truly happy. Tom and I have created a new routine. I watch Emma after preschool while Tom's at work. We do everything together, play games and sometimes bake cookies. Simple things, but they mean everything. Last week, Emma laughed for the first time in months. A real, genuine laugh. It was while playing at the park that sound meant more to us than words can express. Tom and I will work together to create lots of wonderful memories with her. It won't always be easy, but we're committed to giving Emma the childhood she deserves. Some people have questioned whether I did the right thing, investigating Sarah like that. But when I see Emma smiling now, I know I made the right choice. Sometimes protecting someone means making difficult decisions. We're taking it one day at a time. Emma is resilient, but healing takes time. We'll be there for her every step of the way.